strategies. You know, that's pretty much the solution. You know, media discussions and being very practical. You know, and giving real good examples like CB, Council of Independent Black Institutions, that sets up Black African-centered, Afrocentric schools throughout the country. You know, we have to support organizations like that because they're there to develop our children in a way where they'll understand the purpose of an education. You know, which is the sustenance and preservation of your people. You know, there's no other reason for an education if what you learn is not going to be used to sustain and preserve your people. So, yeah, I think that's where we need to be.
Because they were oriented politically by the music. The most ubiquitous record in the black community was Fight the Power. It was Fight the Power. It was X-Clan. It was Poor Righteous Teachers. It was Brand Nubian. So they knew to the people, the youth had already been oriented that we not going to take this shit. We're going to shut it down because we can't trust it, so we fighting the power. That's just what it was, right?
Hip-hop. In your definition, what do you think hip-hop is?
I think that hip-hop is the voice of the black body. You know, I mean, the black collective. Hip-hop is the offspring of the blues. You know, you go back and you listen to Howlin' Wolf, Willie Dixon. You know, you listen to those brothers. You go back and listen to Big Mama Willie Thornton. You listen to them, and you know, you'll see in their music that their music covered every aspect of black life. You know, not just consciousness, but love, hate, you know, violence, education, white supremacy, racism, segregation. You know, it covered the gamut. And hip-hop does the same. You know, and hip-hop is the blues' daughter, you know, to me. That's what hip-hop is to me. You know, it's an interpretation of our lives on a day-to-day basis. I mean, it's the reals. It's life interpreted in a real way. You know, with the current state of hip hop and what mainstream corporations or major corporations have done to the culture, you know, we can't allow that to be our interpretation of our art form. You know, and that's what's happening now. A lot of people say, you know, hip hop is dead. Hip hop is dead. No, you're interpreting that from what you're hearing in the mainstream. You know, you're allowing them to dictate to us what hip hop is or what hip hop is not. You know, Dead Prez might not be on your radio, but Dead Prez exists, and that's hip hop. You know, that's hip hop. Lil Wayne is hip hop, but he's one perspective in hip hop. Mainstream mediums only desire to propagate those aspects of hip hop that degrade the community and justify the injustices that they inflict upon the particular community. You know, so everything they put out in American media, as it always has been since the days of vaudeville and blackface, it's been to criminalize the black race to justify the injustices that they inflict upon that people. So hip hop for me is our interpretation of the world. You know, it's like when the church taught us that we were cursed and we descend from Ham and we were this cursed seed, and that's why our hair is kinky and our lips are thick and so on and so forth, and our skin is black. You know, hip hop said, no, that's not true. Hip hop said Shem was a black man from Africa. You repeat that back and they can't laugh at you. Being a descendant of Shem, which was a fact, means that Abraham too was black. This is KRS-One, you must learn. You know, so hip hop was our interpretation of the reality. You know, it was our CNN. You know, it was saying, you know, we're not going to capitulate to the cultural hegemony of the predominantly white population. You know, so when mainstream media said the police shot this brother because he had a gun, hip hop said no, he had a wallet. Therefore, fuck the police. You know, hip hop was our interpretation of everything that was happening to us in the society that was being interpreted in a way that criminalized us. You know, so that's what hip hop is for me. It's our interpretation, a very true interpretation of black life.
So you definitely just dropped some knowledge and definitely just dropped some science. And on that note, what is some of your favorite literature that you
I mean, it's so much. Amos Wilson is one of my most favorite authors of all time. One of the greatest thinkers in our community. Dr. Bobby Wright. You know, it's so many. You know, so many I can go on. Shashi McIntyre, who wrote the book Criminalizing a Race. You know, there's so many profound literaries in our community and from our community that, you know, that list would be so long, would be so vast. I mean, I release a book list every so often, like every 6 months or so I'll update my book list, and it's so long now. It's like, you know, and some of the books that I haven't even put on the list. You know, so you know, Jawanza Kunjufu, you know, it's so many. You know, you can put the bell hooks in there. You can put all those. You know, it's so many. You know, and now, you know, I'm adding my book to the fray now. I just finished up my own book. It's called 3/5 in MC, The Manufacturing of a Dumbed Down Rapper. You know, so I'm going in on hip hop, and basically this discussion that we're having right now, you know, basically explaining how we got here as MCs and how the so-called dumbed down MC seems to be so pervasive and ubiquitous in the society today that we think that that's what hip hop is. You know, and I'm going back to the beginning and showing you how we got there. You know, and that he got there by, you know, no real, you know, thought of his own. He didn't say, yo, I'm just gonna be this dumbed down dude. You know, the book basically outlines how the power relationship between the poor urban artist and the rich major corporation creates this environment where the artist is dictated to, you know, what he can and cannot say is dictated. You know, so I just go through the whole history of censorship of black community and black liberation theology up to today.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it.
So we rioted in 1992, and what did they do? They said, yo, hold up. We gotta change the fucking playlist. Just like when Nat Turner in 1832, just like the long hot summer 65, 67, they shift the paradigm. And the next thing you know is I'm the dope man, yeah boy, wear corduroy, pockets out the here and I'm unemployed. I keep slinging these rocks and my pocket get bigger, yo catch that 5-0, double up niggas! That's where we went, because that's what mainstream started pushing. Now the labels started signing all of these motherfuckers with this content. And they started just promoting a particular brand of hip-hop content. Hip-hop did not die. They shifted the playlist. And it didn't just happen here. My brother Davey D from out Oakland, California showed and proved how it happened in Africa at the same time. You understand? They shift the playlist, man. Pay attention. So what happened was, 2005, Sean Bell get killed. He gets shot 50 fucking times. The police all get off, just like with Rodney King. But there was no riot. Why was there no riot? The #1 fucking song in the black community was Like a Lollipop.
Wiseintelligent.com, www.wiseintelligent.com, you know, or Wise Intelligent on Facebook is Wise Intelligent. You know, you can get me. Just reach out, Google.
Check them out.
You're on Twitter too.
Yeah, Twitter too. What? Yeah, I'm
Just
on
follow.
Twitter too. Yeah, I'm on Twitter too. Yeah.
All right. Peace.
Peace.